Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to a new episode with me, Ashin Abraham. Enlightenment through knowledge. Today, in this class, we are going to see about literary devices. What do you mean by literary devices? So, mainly these days we are focusing on the short stories plus poems. In my case, I am focusing more about a poem. So, when you are studying or when you are learning a poem, it is very important to know what you mean by literary devices. Why literary devices is so that important in a poem. Clear? So, we will see some literary devices like rhyme, imagery, metaphor, anaphora, personification, simile, enjambment, assonance, consonance, alliteration. Clear? These are the main one, but there are many other things which I left. Allusion, hyperbola, ascendant, all these things, that's important, but today mainly we will be seeing about these things. Okay, clear? Literary devices. Literary devices are some kind of thing a poet does to his poem. A poet does to his poem, which he can add some musical effect. He need to add some metaphor or simile or all the literary devices. So literary devices is mainly something which the poet does to his poem. So it is very important. So without a literary devices, a poem is incomplete. So musical effect will be there, rhyme schemes will be there, and some effect. Or moreover, we can say a poet is giving some effects to his poem, so that should affect the people. Hope you remember this poem, The Road Not Taken. So from the same poem we will bring out some literary devices. We will start with rhyme. What do you mean by rhyme? Rhyme is a musical effect we are giving to a particular poem. Musical effect, rhythm we are giving. So there are mainly two types. One is end rhyme and internal rhyme. So internal means the rhyme come inside a poem. Inside means inside a line, between a line. And end rhyme means which comes the last word. It rhyme like some musical effect in the last word. Would bought, stood good, growth, like that. That is an example for end one. And see an example for internal rhyme. I went to town to buy a gown. I went to town to buy a gown. Town and gown. Just read the musical rhythm in that. So that is an internal one. And about the end rhyme, we can see in these 5 lines the last word. We just take example of the last word. Would both stood could grow. So tell me which two words resembles like or rhythm of word is similar. Would stood could. Clear? And both growth. So here A, B, B. So the rhyme scheme will be A, B, B. Clear? So it pronounce or the rhythm of the last word is like similar. Would, stood, could. So A, and both growth. B, that we will go for B. If something else is there, then we will go for C. Here the rhymes we will go for C. But here we are going for A, B, B. A, B, B. That's for rhyme. Moving forward, imagery. What do you mean by imagery. So imagery is some effect, some sensory effect creating. Sensory effect that creates, that is called imagery. So what are the type of sensory effect which we have? Like visual imagery we have, like auditory, the auditory will be having, then olfactory will be having, gustatory will be having, gustatory will be having, and tactile and organic. All these are some of example for imagery, but we are just focusing on the visual imagery. That is the main important thing. So when we read a poem, when we read a line, a visual imagery is coming to our mind. So that particular moment we can say it is a that is called imagery. See here in the first line, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Two roads, so we can see a two road. It is in the middle someone is standing, and from there two road is diverged, and you can see yellow wood. So that visual is, when we are reading this line, the visual is coming to our mind. So that is imagery. Now metaphor. What do you mean by metaphor? Metaphor is a very obvious term we are using. Obviously we are using the term. Okay, so what do you mean by metaphor? Metaphor is an indirect comparison of some object or a thing or a person. It can be object, thing or a person. Indirect comparison with some other word. See here we will see an example. Two roads. What road means here? So it's an indirect comparison of our life. So I already explained the roads. What road suggests here, shows here the life. Road shows here the life. The life and the road. That is an indirect comparison of the life here. That is the metaphor road. And here one more thing, one more example I will give. Yellow wood. In everyone's life there will be a difficult situation. So to make that difficult situation successful, what we will make? We want to make a decision. So in hard times we make a decision. That decision is here yellow wood. Hard time decision, metaphor, yellow wood. That's example for metaphor. Now anaphora. Anaphora. What do you mean by anaphora? Anaphora is the repeated words or repeated words in two or more consecutive lines. See the example. And. So the beginning of the line, that word and is repeated. 1, 2, 3 times it is repeated. So anaphora, repetition of word in the beginning of the line, 2 or more line, then only it will be a anaphora. That is anaphora. So moving ahead, alliteration. What do you mean by alliteration? Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound the beginning of consecutive words, 2 or more consecutive words. So here, though, as, far, that, the, passing, the. So the line is from the rod note to icon only. So see here, the consonant sound, repetition of consonant sound. The here, the. So consecutive here is the, just after just. So repetition of consonant sound in the beginning of each word. That is alliteration. Dear students, I just plan to make this literary devices section into 2 parts, part A and part B. So this till alliteration, it will be part 1. So you came to know about the alliteration. So part B, I will be having another video. I will post another video of literary devices part B in coming days. So I made this video for all classes from 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So please make notes on literary devices. That's all for today. Have a great day.